Well, we have plenty of reasons to be grumpy about air travel. Airlines keep devaluing our miles. They never feed us anymore. But maybe the most annoying thing of all is those airplane seats are shrinking. Katie Hill from Market Watch joins us now with the secret to scoring a little bit of extra legroom. Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, so what you figured out is these seats, they're not all created equally, airline to airline, plane to plane. What's your best bet?
Yeah, they're actually getting less comfortable, just to put that in perspective, which is even worse. But yeah, it does matter airline to some degree. JetBlue is going to have more legroom, and Spirit has the least. And all the other domestics are in between. That's not always true. Some of JetBlue's planes have a little bit less than others, but in general, JetBlue has the best. And the easiest way to find how much legroom the plane that you've booked has is to go to seatguru.com. They have all the planes. You can see it, and you're like, oh, I'm going to be squished in that plane. So go there.
And you actually found a way that you might be able to score some extra legroom for free. How do you do this? How can we pull it off?
Okay, first of all, ask really nicely. So sometimes, a lot of them charge for the exit row or the bulkhead row. A lot of them charge for it, but sometimes if you ask nicely, you can get that for free. The other thing to do is see how full the plane is. You can go on expertflyer.com or just call the airline and say, ask. Sometimes they tell you. But an emptier plane, often you'll get, 3 seats to yourself. In that case, maybe you don't care about legroom. So that's sort of around the, an interesting way to sort of get around the fact that you often have to pay extra for the legroom.
I think because it is a relatively new thing to see these seats shrinking, we also don't really know how much we should be willing to shell out for that extra room. So what's kind of the going rate if you do want a little bit of a roomier seat?
It depends on the length of the flight, right? So $15 to $30 for flights under 3 hours is what's about average. A longer flight, sometimes you can pay upwards of $100, but that's a lot. So it really depends. But shorter flights, $15 to $30, don't pay more than that. You really don't need to, unless you're really, really tall and it's really uncomfortable, which I totally understand.
And in your story, you point out there are some times when it is just worth it to spring for that extra space. What's the guide there?
Flight over 4 hours, probably worth it. I'm short, so it's okay for me, but my husband, he's like, oh my gosh, I cannot handle it. So if your flight's longer than 4 hours, that's typically the gold standard. Just go pay extra for it if you can.
All right, Katie Hill, thanks for the tips. Thanks for joining us.